Going to report now, and this is about it's all about an atheist perspective test. So, what is atheist? On an atheist is someone who lacks belief in existence of God. The perspective of an atheist about the simple fact is that all life forms end in death, and the elements of which they are composed return to the air and are to be taken up and recycled in some new organism. This natural process is universal and is beyond dispute. And then what is challenged by atheists and freethinkers is the claim made by purvey purveyors of religion that humans alone of all living forms have a soul or spirit which is survives death and carries the essential characteristic of a person to a supernatural existing in a supernatural realm, and the methods or pathway for making this crossing to a new life beyond grave varies widely between religious and between the multitude of Christian uh, denominations. And the Roman Catholic Church is probably the most dogmatic in its proclaimed route to paradise. Infant christening, confirmation, attendance, and the final rites, donations, and prayers to saints are desirable adjuncts guarding against period and purgatory. And artists maintain that the concept of humankind having a unique supernatural soul is simply a primitive donation which has no basis in fact, and that religious or generations are guilty of perfect treating a colossal fraud on ignorant and gullible people chiefly through the indoctrination of infants. There are aided and abetted by the media who fear adverse reaction affected profits if the facts are revealed. On what grounds can atheists atheists make the claim that no one has a supernatural soul, and also there is no scientific evidence of anything supernatural. There is no credible evidence that humankind is a unique creation by a deity. There is no credible definition of a soul. Scientific evidence completely destroy all the concepts which are the basis for the existence of the soul. So the last statement requires verification first by showing that the basis of the religion concept is faulty, and then by citing and scientific evidence that nullifies the soul concept. And then when Charles Darwin published his Original of Species, the religion bodies realized that the theory completely undermined the belief that humans were a unique creation. They agreed that all organisms other than uh, Homo sapien were devoid of soul. If human were only the next step on the ladder, they were obligated to designate the precise stage at which a human was given a soul. They realized that such was impossible, and fundamentalists realize this today and therefore reject the evolution of humankind. And the church has also had trouble with the nature of conception and the specific function of the male and female acquaintance determined that a male receive a soul 40 days and females 9 days after intercourse. When the actual conception process was revealed by scientific research, the church declared that in 40 days and females 90 days after intercourse, when actual conception process was revealed by scientific research, the church declared that in a human being a soul resulted when sperm fused with the ova. This human being soul resulted when sperm fused with ova. This introduced a new problem when the subsequent division of the original cell lead not to one person but two or more identical fetuses. Fetuses in this case are more God-given souls provide or is the original soul divided, resulting in a number of identical souls. And the problem has now become more complicated with the birth of Zole the sheep, which demonstrated that individual differentiated cells can be made to regress to a stage where they are capable of giving rise to a new individual. Geoffrey Robertson, on a recent TV hypothetical, confronted R.C. Priest with this scenario. The cleric's answer was that every cell is infused with soul. He probably did not realize that cells are constantly dying and being replaced. And whether countries ban or allow such an experiment, the process which would lead to a human clone will take a place. Sometimes, somewhere, a modern concept of soul equates it with a conscious mind, but this is equally flawed, for when the body dies, the conscious mind, being dependent on the brain, also ceases to exist. This mind soul concept has the problem of development for that can occur in every stage, from essential fertilization to full uh, physical and mental maturity. So souls must be conceived as forever developing or forever remaining in an immature stage. Anyone winning the evidence has no trouble and discarding the nation of the everlasting soul and accepting that is the natural end to every human life. By accepting that life is only for a finite period, short or long, the atheist is confronted by the matter of how best to spend available time, and therefore, if suitably informed, will most likely spend the time worthy of a human person. It would be difficult it definitely to imagine a more useless waste of time that is spent in worship of an imaginary God, or preparing for a non-existent everlasting life in some mythical supernatural realm of eternal blessed. In the words of William S. Shakespeare, cowards die many times before they all are dead. The valiant never taste of death, but once of all. The wonders which I yet uh, have heard, it seems to me most strange that man should fear seeing that death necessary and will come when it will come. And then, basis po sa report ko is yung naintindihan ko po is yung mga atheist naniniwala na sayang yung buhay ng isang tao kung sa buong buhay niya inalay niya lang para para mag-worship sa isang taong hindi naman talaga totoong which is si God yun, na lahat po ng tao namamatay bilang isang tao lang din. Walang heaven na mapupuntahan, wala ring eternal life na pinaniniwalaan ng iba. So, that's what yun ang naintindihan ko. So, that's all for today.